Greetings! This is your SpaceWingman, your wingman for space and sci-fi games. So, what is Endless Space? Endless Space is a 4X Civilization-like type strategy game with, in my opinion, a deeper focus on managing your space empire. What do I mean with that? Well, let's take Civilization as an example. The traditional 4X game or 4X game mechanics are revolving around the point that you use the economic system, the research system, the technology system, and maybe the resource gathering system for producing units to produce units and optimize that process of producing units, and hopefully in the hopes or with the goal to produce the best possible unit selection to overwhelm, expand, explore, exterminate, and exploit your opponents. This formula is the same in Endless Space, but the economic system, the hero system that puts and gives you an additional X factor for your units, the different bonuses that your empires have, or if you decide to make your own empire, you can get pick for yourself the simplified but deeper ships customization system and the enormous tech tree and research tree kind of deepen the game mechanics around the producing systems, producing units, and expand your empire part of a traditional 4X game. And that is actually a positive thing, but also a negative thing, because the hero, I mean not the hero system, but the colonization system, the economic system, the tech and research tree, and well, the ship and upgrade system are demanding so much time and deep understanding of the system that to learn or master this game really takes a lot of time. But please don't understand me wrong. Learning the game mechanics behind a strategy game is kind of part of a strategy game. But the thing with Endless Space is the mechanics behind, basically at the end, producing competitive units takes a little bit too much time, maybe. I mean, more time than in most 4X games I've played so far. So this can be off-putting for some, but for others maybe the holy grail. So you decide. You have to put in time, and I'm not talking about an hour. We are talking about 10 to 20 hours just to learn in basic, I mean, just to learn the research tree in conjunction with everything else, because you build your empire on your research tree, and the research tree is massive in this game. So this is overall, depending on your preference. Do you like a game you have to sink your time in, or do you want just a simpler game you can learn and play from time to time? You decide. And now we're reaching the point where we have to actually talk about, or I have to actually talk about the negative points. And one negative point, and this is a problem basically for most 4X games, especially the space-based ones, the combat system. So if you have played any 4X games in the past, controlling or managing masses of units, or in Endless Space fleets, is kind of pointless to a certain degree. What I mean with that is, if you're fighting with one ship, you maybe are willing to go into the manual fight. But if you're controlling a bunch of ships, after a while, especially if you survive long enough to reach mid-game, you just auto-resolve every battle. And the minds behind this game kinda embraced that by adding certain battle phases you can auto-resolve, or to put it... And with that being said, we have reached the point where we have to talk about the actual negatives. And once again, in a 4X game, it's the combat system. The combat system, after a while, basically, as soon as you reach the mid-game, you just auto-resolve the battle. You don't care about the units, you just try to upgrade them as best as possible, and then try to spam your enemies. Or if you don't try to spam your enemies, you just try to technologically outmatch your enemies. Which overall, I mean, is kind of makes sense. I mean, you cannot just individually for every battle, and you battle a lot in this game. For every battle, just take manual control of every ship. This isn't fun, and after a while you just don't care. And the only thing you do care at the end for a battle is just to get the best upgrades, the best hero for your fleet, and the best tactical bonuses for the 3 battle phases in a battle. That's it. And you try just to get your ships through, and that's it. And that's actually something I personally don't like in most 4X games. If you're playing with masses, I mean masses of units, which kind of downplays the combat strategy part of a game, or of the game. And that is actually my only big negative for Endless Space, that the combat system is just, you don't care. You just don't care. You just try to get the bonuses, and in mid-game, after you reach mid-game, you just care about the best upgrades and the best bonuses, and to play the numbers game. And of course the tech tree research game. And that's that. So let's talk about the business model of Endless Space. It's a Steam-only game, so no matter where you buy it, you just get the Steam key. Even though you can buy a physical copy, it's a Steamworks copy. So yeah, Steam key all the way. One thing that is maybe still confusing people are the different versions of the game. Let's have a look at it. So at first on the store page you see the Emperor Edition. The Emperor Edition is not the complete game. I mean the complete edition, which contains all the DLCs. It's a souped-up version of the base game with perks like the soundtrack. So the actual base game is not available on the store page anymore. You get the base game with the Emperor Edition plus some perks, and that's it. The complete edition is the Endless Space Gold Edition, or Endless Space Gold, which contains the only paid DLC this game has, the Disharmony DLC. So if you are looking to buy the complete edition, it's the Endless Space Gold Edition, which contains everything. Every add-on, every update, everything. To score the interface at this point is kind of fruitless effort. It's a PC game, so mouse and keyboard all the way. If your spaceship is looking awesome, or if you're traveling through space, you only care for the strategy part, in enhancing your fleet, in upgrading your empire's economics, etc., etc. So after a while, you could even fight with flying cats in space and win. You don't care. You don't care if it's a spaceship or just some space cat. You only care about the strategy part. So 2 out of 5 for you. If you're a story gamer who's looking for a immersive experience and a good story, Endless Space has no story, but it has lore. I mean, every faction has its backstory, every hero has its backstory, but it's lore plus. It's okay, but nothing. I mean, this is a strategy game, so you care only about the strategy part, and I mean the lore part is okay. I like it, but it's not that you're following a grand story from beginning to end. So 1 out of 5 for you. That's the time. If you're not willing and you just see a strategy game to jump in and jump out from time to time, this is more like a 3 out of 5. But anyhow, I wouldn't recommend this game to you if you're just looking for a strategy game for in between. So yeah, 4 out of 5 if you're willing to put in the time, 3 out of 5 if you're not willing but want some space strategy game anyhow. do I like this game? Yes, I liked Endless Space a great deal. It's a good 4X strategy game, even though the combat system is after a while just a nuisance. But overall, I really had and still have fun playing it. Online or against the AI, doesn't matter. It's both fun. The online part against human players is, in my opinion, kinda the better way to go in terms of enjoyment of this game, and the ability to just casually save the game and play at another time is really stable and works. And I never experienced anything, uh, well, any technical difficulties so far with this game. So overall, this is a stable game. The online part is strong, the strategy part is strong, the combat part is weak, and I enjoyed putting in a lot of time, and I got rewarded in getting a game that respects that I put in so much time. And yeah, actually there's not much about to say Endless Space, even though the second part, Endless Space 2 was announced a couple of days ago. This game still holds up in my opinion, and it's really nice to play, and it's really something for 4X aficionados. So I would really recommend it to everybody who enjoys 4X games. But one thing is kinda, I don't like to say this, it's kinda off. The base game itself, the Endless Space Emperor Edition, or if you can get it in stores, the just Endless Space base game, is not that good. The game really hits his mark with the Disarmament DLC, which I highly recommend you should get if you are interested in Endless Space. The Disarmament DLC really completes the game and really tweaks a lot of the problems out I had with the original version. So if you're interested in Endless Space, get the Gold Edition, or the Endless Space Gold part with the Disarmament DLC. It's really worth it, and it really enhances the game and makes it playable and enjoyable. So yeah, I really like Endless Space, and I hope you like it too. I'm really looking forward to the sequel, but that's another topic. So this is your SpaceWingman signing out.